is a recap of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Livin La Vida Housewife, Season 5, Episode 4, and nothing really happened.
Well, when that guy jumped out of the plane without a parachute, that was pretty crazy.
Don't listen to anything John said. He's decided the show is awful and doesn't deserve the respect.
And then when that biker gang came and shot up the place,
just ignore him.
Oh my gosh. And then they kidnapped that dude and his dog.
So first of all, I want to point out Lisa Rinna's tagline, which is something along the lines of, "Don't believe it unless you've heard it straight from me," or something.
Who?
Exactly. I've heard of her name, but I don't really know anything about her. So it's like but that's kind of a very typical housewife. Like, I'm so important, and you're like, what's her name again? What did she do? So we have a couple storylines. None of them are very good. Lisa and Kyle and Kim look at the dresses for the wedding, and then we don't see any more of Kim. Kyle has been milking this trip for just like 3 episodes. They're going to fly to mainland Europe. They're going to charter a yacht.
Apparently, we learned this episode, though, that London is not part of Europe.
Yes,
she said she spent a few months there in London and never visited Europe.
Anyway, moving on. I'm not really.
Well, she also rents planes and boats, so yes. I guess it's not surprising.
I feel like this trip Kyle took was to prove to us, the viewers, that she deserves to be in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm just not real big on her. There's something about her that just makes me feel like it's not as much fun to watch.
When that bar fight broke out,
stop it!
The husband didn't even smash a bottle and start cutting people up.
If you can't do this recap with the respect it deserves. That's going to sound awful on camera. Just stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. So anyway, Lisa Rinna and Lisa Vanderpump go shopping for clothes because Lisa Vanderpump is going to be awarded a star in Palm Springs, which I didn't know was a thing. But whatever, at least it's somewhat interesting. Eileen, I keep wanting to say Elaine. And her hubby, meet her husband. What is her name?
I don't know who we're talking about.
The blonde with the husband who's a pro tennis player. But we haven't seen enough of her for me to even get into it. I'm kind of embarrassed I don't know her name since I'm supposed to be doing this professionally. Brandy talks about her career. She wants to take her career seriously. It's time for her to get focused on her career.
Oh,
then she goes in and I'm thinking, oh, this must be her, her agent. And he's going to talk about future jobs and this and that. She does a podcast. Is she paid for that podcast? I mean, okay, clearly we are doing this vlog. But if I had a TV show already, still on the air, mind you, I would be trying to leverage it a little bit better than just a podcast where she's so crazy. Like, that's her big thing. Oh, I'm just so crazy. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway. And then she apparently got a 6-figure check for her book. So she bought a 6-figure car. Because that's definitely the best use. You couldn't possibly have found...
Way to save that money and make sure your kids are taken care of and putting through school and all that crap she talked about.
And so she can rent a house and, I'm just like, I'm not saying that she should get like a $2,000 jalopy, but there's a lot of cars you can get less than 6 figures.
Like 5 figures?
Yeah, like 5 figures, solid 5 figures will get you a good car, even for Beverly Hills.
Yep.
Sorry, just gonna say that. So, over Brandy, I don't know why she is on my screen. I might as well just be talking to, like, the kid down the street who's in some pyramid scheme and always posting stuff in his chest. I feel like Brandy's like that person you have on your Facebook that you roll your eyes at, except for some reason she's on my TV screen. I don't know why. Anyway, let's see. Yolanda joins Kyle on her yacht. And they ride around on tubes, like inner tubes, like tubes. That's tubing. That's a thing. And Kyle's calling it a donut, which I've never heard.
It's now bageling.
Yolanda calls it a bagel, but at least
They're selling like bagels.
At least good project from my callback.
Yeah. I know.
But at least Yolanda's not from America, so her calling it a bagel at least makes sense. But I've never heard him called a donut. I don't know. Maybe Kyle has a different dictionary than I do.
Must be a European thing.
Maybe it's a European thing.
Mainland Europe.
Mainland Europe.
Kind of deal.
Well, anyway, the big thing, the only thing that happened that they weren't preparing for happening. Oh, we did see Yolanda's vacation with David before she joined Kyle, which looked amazing. She visited her mom. We saw like, we didn't even see footage with sound. We just saw her talk about her mom, who I didn't check to see how her mom's doing now, but I do wish her the best. Cancer sucks. Just sucks. I mean, there's nothing more we can say about that. Really tough year with cancer. So, but her vacation looked way more interesting than Kyle's, but whatever. The big thing, though, that happened this episode was Yolanda is incredibly upset because she receives a phone call that her daughter, Bella, who's about to go to New York is it Parsons or FIDM?
I don't know.
FIDM, I think, is in California. Anyway, she's going... She got a DUI, which is incredibly serious. I mean, I'm especially in some places crowded as LA, it's almost unbelievable she got a DUI and didn't get in an accident. So I totally feel for Yolanda, because as a parent, it has to be heartbreaking to not only have your child endanger themselves, but to be aware that your daughter endangered other people's lives, and that it's going to be incredibly public. So I had to say I at least appreciated, of course she's on camera, that she didn't say things like, well, how do we fix this, or can we, she's on camera, she's not going to do that, but she did take it incredibly seriously. I do feel for her as a mother, because it's probably the worst possible choice that your child can make.
It's a pretty bad choice. I don't know about the worst.
Yeah, no, I mean, rape and murder are probably higher,
yeah.
But if she got in an accident, it could have been murder. So it's a pretty serious thing. So, but literally, only thing that happened this episode, other than we heard Brandy talk about her career and her awful financial choices, like the fact that she like proudly put that on camera, shows me exactly how far down the rabbit hole she is in terms of like, she's fighting with her ex-husband, complaining all the time about him not spending money, and then she buys a car, an incredibly expensive car. And well, it would probably be like a two-door coupe.
It was a Range Rover.
Oh, was it? I didn't even see it.
Known to be some of the most unreliable cars in the world.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week.
But she got a 6-figure check.